I don't think I can make this video. No, I can't make it because I got to work out. I got to take my girls to get their vaccine, their second vaccine. I got too much going on, and I got to work out. So I'm wearing a green dial watch. I never thought I'd wear a green dial watch. It's so weird. I got 6 watches, and so it's overwhelming. I'm overwhelmed by having 6 watches. For those of you who don't know me, I'm into watches, and here's what I want to talk about today. I'm trying to write a 50,000 word book called, and this is what I'm working on right now, Master Poe, You Blew My Mind. So that would be Master Poe, comma, You Blew My Mind. Finding wisdom and strength from the famous Kung Fu Shaolin monk. I've written 30,000 of the 50,000 words. The first 30,000 words came out quickly because dealing with childhood memories and remembering conflicts and troubles I had as a child, and then having these imaginary conversations with Master Poe. It's pretty easy because in childhood I've had more years to process those experiences and have perspective. I'm at the point now where, as I write about things that happened in my 30s, 40s, 50s, I'm 60 now, which is absolutely disgusting. Who wants to be 60? Well, thank God I can work out. I'm finding that I haven't processed the experiences as deeply as the childhood ones, so I think the book's going to probably slow down, but you know, whenever you write a book, you always think in your head, this is the best thing I ever wrote. You know, we'll see. We'll see about that. But right now, I'm at this part of the book where I'm thinking about the Flintstones when I was a kid. There was a point in my life when I was 8 years old, I could no longer enjoy the Flintstones. It was Fred and Barney Rubble were riding their caveman car down the highway. And I'm looking at the background. You know, there's boulders and then trees and then buildings. Boulders, trees, and buildings. I'm looking at the background, and it was a wraparound background. The images were repeating, and I'm thinking to myself as an 8-year-old kid, this is cheap, man. What a cheap background. And it ruined the whole illusion of reality for me. It's like these cheapskate animators, they're giving me the same background. And I thought about that background, called the wraparound background, in animation. I thought about it when I was 18 years old. I was a bouncer, or a doorman, whatever you want to call it, at a teenage disco called Mavericks in San Ramon, California. And I was making a whole $3 an hour, plus free soft drinks. Plus I got free soft drinks, and you know, you had, what would you have? What was the big song in 1979? La Freak by Chic. This was when disco was in its final breaths. It was finally going away. So I was a doorman getting free soft drinks, doing the necessary lap flex as I walked around. And it was interesting. In the beginning of the evening, you could see the customers come in with these looks, these expressions of high expectations, glamour, romantic connection. And then at the end of the night, as they would exit the club, they looked glazed over, just exhausted, disappointed. And yet, I would see those same faces the next week. Go through the same cycle all over again. It was kind of like a transposition of the wraparound background of the Flintstones, and I was miserable. I was like, one night, you know, Chic's La Freak was playing, and there was a dry ice shot. You know, the dancers on stage. I was in charge of the dry ice shots. I always got in trouble because I would get the water too hot, and I would create a lot of dry ice smoke. I liked the drama of all the smoke, but you couldn't see anything. but the dancers were dancing, and I was looking up at the disco ball, staring at me like a one-eyed cyclops, and I was like, Master Po, I thought this job was going to be amazing, man. I was going to be, surrounded by beautiful women and get paid to socialize with all these beautiful women on the weekends, and I'm miserable, man. Life is like a recurring wraparound background from the Flintstones. And Master Po said, yeah, because when a place is full of jade and flash and bling and puffery, it's doomed to fall. It's doomed to fall, man. You're not pursuing the right path. And so I had this long conversation with Master Po about why I had to quit the job at Mavericks Disco. And then shortly after, as I went to college, I was really angry that I didn't have a girlfriend. I saw these other mediocre people with girlfriends. And then I finally got a girlfriend, and I was even more angry. I was too selfish to have a girlfriend. I didn't like saying goodnight. I didn't like talking on the phone. I didn't like curating birthday parties and buying stationery and sending out invitations. I found the whole thing antithetical to my selfish nature, my self-centered nature. I could barely maintain myself. I was such a selfish kid. The idea of addressing the needs of another human being was awful. And all I really wanted in life was convenience. And so I imagine in this book having this conversation with Master Po. And this part of the book's fascinating because Master Po says, look, you're going to have to sacrifice if you want love in your life. And if you think you want to be a lone ranger or a hermit and live a life of convenience and not have to sacrifice, you're actually going to make more sacrifices. You're going to find that life of selfish isolation comes at an even greater price. And I have to confess, here I am, I'm 60. I'm really looking at this with fresh eyes because all my life I think selfishness and self-centeredness has been a very tantalizing proposition. And to this day, and it's something that I struggle with. So this part of the book has made me face my demons. What do you want, a daytime talk show? It's made me face my demons. Yeah. So anyways, I'm having fun with Master Po. You blew my mind. It's bringing up some interesting memories. I'm trying to get some of these out on videos like this. It makes me think about them with greater depth. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think. Was Master Po a force in your life? Do you find selfishness to be a tantalizing proposition that you need to reject because you realize that making sacrifices for love is a better life than a life of isolated convenience? That's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, I'm out.